Alright, so what is up YouTube? In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my top 5 biggest tips when it comes to actually bulking up and getting massive. This has actually been a huge request in my channel. Many people have been asking me on my DMs and my comments. So I thought to myself, why not make a video about this so you guys can look at it, look back at it, and take some notes. So, many of you guys have been asking for this. I decided, well, I'll give you guys my tips because this used to be me in 2022, April. I was roughly 81 kg, 82. I was shredded, but I was skinny. I was just really skinny. And this was me roughly 2 years later, February 2024. I put on roughly 20 kg of, well, looks like lean mass. I'm sure there's other stuff as well. And this transformation was 100% natural. And it's because I use these tips. I utilize these tips and yeah. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It does help us make better quality videos and I really do appreciate the support regardless. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like down below. So I'll be giving you guys my top 5 tips. The last one is probably the most important one. So I think you should stick to the end. So let's get straight to the tips. So we all know that, well, to put on size and become bigger, we should be in a calorie surplus. This is not part of the tips, but I'm just adding this out there if you didn't know. But I'm sure most of you guys know, and you're here because you want to learn how to actually, well, be in a calorie surplus in an easier way, or actually how to do it. Don't worry, I'm here. So my first tip is, well, to actually track everything, because most people think they're in a surplus, but in reality, they're actually not in a surplus. So you are actually not putting on weight. So what do I mean by tracking your calories? When we're cutting, we tend to track our calories to make sure we're actually losing weight. The same principle is applied to when we're putting on weight. The main difference between cutting and bulking is that, well, you're eating fewer calories in cutting and more calories in bulking. Everything else should be the same. Your workout should be the same. The food quality, it should be the same. Everything should roughly be the same. So you should still be tracking your calories. The benefits of tracking your calories is that you actually know and have control of the food you're eating. You know when you're in a surplus, you know exactly what you need to do, and it's just a lot better to deal with. Trust me. It can be a little bit harder for new people, but trust me, I used to do this when I first started out, and after a while I got used to it. I personally use MyFitnessPal. It's a great app. There's other apps out there, but choose whatever you want. I use MyFitnessPal. I would also recommend buying a food scale. It's just good to be accurate. So tracking your calories is something that is it's a must, because people tend to actually not be in a surplus. So trust me in this. My second tip is actually utilizing liquid. This is quite a cheat code and many people talk about this, but it is quite useful because in the majority of the cases, we frowned upon drinking liquids, especially when you're cutting, just because it's notorious for not filling you up. It's essentially just drinking nothing, essentially. So you won't be filled up and you're just having extra calories. So drinking liquid calories that preferably that has carbs in is a great cheat code to actually, well, put on size. However, I would be aware of overdoing it because many people do this and they end up, becoming super fat. So be cautious and actually measure how much you're eating, how much you're drinking, and be aware of what you're doing. But liquid calories is a cheat code if you're truly struggling and scarfing down food. So this tip is extremely underrated. I don't think many people actually talk about this, but I call it the substitution effect. So when I'm cutting, I have lean beef. Why? Because I can have a lot of it and it's fewer in calories compared to a fatty version of beef. So eating fatty beef is way higher in calories versus lean beef. So my whole point is, instead of eating leaner stuff, substitute it with something that's higher in fat. And by the way, beef fat is good for you. Don't be afraid of it, obviously. So what I'm trying to say is, by eating a higher fat ground beef, you could have less of it, but it'll be way more calories than the leaner cut. So that's a good cheat code in actually getting in calories. Another example is pouring olive oil. Olive oil is high in fat, high in calories, and like a nice good 10 grams of olive oil is roughly 100 calories, just like that. You could even put more without even noticing it. Another thing, peanut butter. Peanut butter is so small, but the amount of calories it is ridiculous. So utilizing these foods that are just so small and like you won't even notice it, it won't even fill you up, but it's so high in calories, that adds up. It will automatically put you in a surplus because of how high the calories are. But it's also important to not overdo it. Utilize it to just increase your meals calories dramatically, and just a great way to increase your calories by 300-400 on top of everything. So eating higher fat food is a great way to getting more calories in, because fat is high in calories. Remember that. But it's also important to stay away from junky fat. We want to be eating healthy fats like like avocados, all those good foods. Fried fats are bad for you, so stay away from that. Avocado is really high in calories and it's so small. Just saying. This little tip right here is relatively obvious, but I'm gonna get more in depth in it and explain better. Working out. Obviously, working out is so obvious, and working out will get you jack and big. However, most people, they show up to the gym with zero plans. They have no idea what they're doing. So instead of just working out, have a proper workout schedule. I do push-pull legs, push-pull legs. There are so many great workout schedules out there that you can utilize. You need to ask yourself, what is my schedule like? How many days can I work out? Okay, I can work out 4 times a week. You could try doing upper, lower, upper, lower. Work out for a year and end up understanding what body parts are your weaknesses and what body parts are your strong suit, and adjust it there. My arms, I'm having my weakness, so I'm adding more volume to my arms. My chest and back, well, they're quite powerful, so I'm not doing as much. So those are a few things you can try doing. So having a proper schedule workout is just so crucial, because instead of wandering around the gym not knowing what to do, you're going in there with a fixed plan. You know exactly what you want to do and you'll end up doing it. So that does help you be more organized and is more optimal for actually putting on size. So the last tip is arguably the most important tip, and most of you guys are not going to like to hear this, but you need to hear this. Be consistent. Consistency is the most powerful thing when it comes to anything. If you are consistent for 3 days by being in a calorie surplus, but 3 days later you're not, your progress won't grow the way you want it to be. I understand there are times where you're not as motivated or not as happy, but you gotta push through. Consistency is what makes you win. If you're not consistent with anything, how do you expect to achieve what you want to achieve? So be consistent, create a plan, improve every single day, knowing that there are times where things might be difficult, because things will be difficult. Nothing in life is perfect, and your bulk may come with some difficulties, but you need to be aware of that, and you need to be aware and accept that's going to come and invite it to come, but be consistent. Being consistent is the best way to do it, and if you're not consistent, none of this will matter. So that's the final tip. Being consistent is arguably the most important one. Without it, you won't succeed. If you have any questions on how to be more consistent, shoot me a text below. It's pretty simple. Just have a plan, know exactly what you want, plan ahead before. It's all about planning. So yeah, so these are some of the tips that I've been doing for the longest time to actually put on size. It's worked for me, it's worked for some of my friends that I've been helping around, and well, it's worked for them, so I see no reason why it shouldn't work for you. And this has been my most requested video on how to actually bulk up, so I hope this does work for you. And if you have any more questions or want to add something, go ahead and shoot the comment down below. I welcome it. So let's get straight to the next part of the video. Alright, so that is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for, just supporting me. It's already 9 days in April and we're already having a phenomenal month already. So thank you guys for the support, the comments, the good reviews, even the bad reviews. Listen, if you guys give me bad reviews, bad comments, I'm not offended. I actually appreciate it because I take notes. I need to improve. I'm not perfect, so I take notes. I understand, okay, I made a mistake. Let me improve it. So thank you guys even for the bad comments. Appreciate it. How else am I supposed to improve? So anyways, this has been my most requested video, so I thought I owe you guys one. There'll be more bulking videos in the near future. Yeah, so if you guys have any more questions, always comment down below. I always respond to everyone. Even if it's something crazy, I don't care. I'm always there for you guys. Think of me as your big brother. And I had no one when I was starting out, but that doesn't have to be you guys. You guys can always be free to DM me. I'm always there for you guys. So again, thank you guys so much. Leave a like down below if you enjoyed the video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. That allows us to make better quality videos. So anyways, thank you again, and I'll see you guys on Friday. Peace, boys.